Elemental Embrace is an artifact mod in Season of the Witch. It states that subclass elemental buffs grant you bonus recovery and damage resistance against combatant attacks of the matching element type. But in the classic Bungie fashion, it doesn't actually say how much recovery or how much DR it provides. So let's take a look at what subclass element buffs work for this and how much DR and recovery it will provide. On Arc, the subclass buff that works for this is Amplified. Speed Booster and all the other ones do not proc this. On Solar, the subclass buff that works for this is Radiant, but it's a bit awkward. When I was testing this on my Hunter, the artifact mod was always working when I would use the Acrobatic Dodge, but it wasn't consistent when I was using my melee, either via the Aspect or Ember of Torches. The good thing about Radiant, though, is if you get it to proc and the stat mod is working, you can extend the duration using Ember of Empyrean, and it also extends the stat boost and the DR that the artifact mod provides. On Void, the subclass buff that works for this is Devour. This one works on the initial proc of Devour, but extending Devour does not extend the artifact mod. This means that you would need to wait for your Devour to expire and then proc it again to get the benefit of the artifact mod. Void Invisibility and Void Overshield do not proc this mod. As a result of this, using this artifact mod on Void is basically a waste of your time, and you should just not do it. Stasis gets nothing because there are no elemental buffs on Stasis. Strand gets the buff from Woven Mail, and yes, the Navigator does proc this. That being said, if you were to use the Navigator on a non-Strand subclass, it does not give you the artifact mod benefit. Now, how much damage resist does this give? Well, we tested it on stream yesterday with Arc Amplified against a singular moth in the Ghosts of the Deep dungeon, and it works out to a 50% damage resist. While that is a lot of DR, it only works against matching elements. But Arc is a very common damage type, so if you are on an Arc subclass, you are going to get an insane benefit from this, especially because getting Amplified is very easy. Strand would get the least benefit because there's basically nothing that even deals Strand damage in this game, which means that Arc and Solar are basically what you would use this on. In terms of recovery, it provides a flat plus 50 recovery. If you're at 50 or above recovery and you proc this artifact mod, you'll be treated as being at 100 recovery. It means with the artifact mod procced, you could technically get quad 100s if you were to go with mobility, resilience, recovery, and discipline, for example.